I've heard so many conflicting opinions about lemon water that it's almost dizzying. Some say it's this miraculous detox that can melt away all your troubles, while others insist it's just flavored water and hardly worth the fuss. Honestly, you've probably heard at least one person brag about how it changed their life, right? But then again, there are those who roll their eyes at the supposed health hype. So, who's actually right? Is it just another flashy wellness trend? Or is there genuine science behind sipping lemon water every morning? By the way, I used to think that drinking anything too acidic first thing in the day couldn't possibly be good for me, and I was pretty certain it would wreak havoc on my teeth. Turns out, there's more to this story than meets the eye, or the taste buds. Today, I'm going to reveal what happened when I drank lemon water every single morning for 30 days, and I'll also touch on one of my all-time favorite ingredients, garlic, which often finds itself in a similar hype versus reality debate. Stick around, because the weird part might surprise you. If you're new here and want to explore more lifestyle experiments, healthy tips, and fun wellness journeys, definitely check out the channel and hit that subscribe button. It's going to be really interesting, so stay tuned. First, let's talk about why I even decided to embark on this lemon water challenge in the first place. I've always enjoyed citrus flavors, and I absolutely love the fresh zing it adds to pretty much any dish or drink. I mean, when I was a kid, I often heard my grandma say that lemons are nature's cure for everything from the common cold to an upset stomach. But let's be honest, not everything your grandma says is automatically a scientific fact. So, I did a little digging of my own. I found out that lemons do contain vitamin C, plus a few other beneficial compounds. Of course, a single lemon slice in water won't replace a balanced diet or a good multivitamin, but hey, it's a pleasant way to start the day. On top of that, a lot of people swear it helps wake up their digestive system. I thought, why not give it a try for 30 days and see if I notice a difference? Now, moving on to what exactly I did every morning. The routine was pretty simple. Upon waking up, I'd squeeze half a lemon into a mug of warm, not scalding water. Then I'd stir it up, inhale that fresh, citrusy aroma, and take a few slow sips. Believe me, it took a bit of willpower to resist my usual coffee habit, but I was determined to make lemon water my official morning beverage for the entire month. Right from day one, I noticed that the zingy taste gave me a gentle wake-up call. It wasn't the jolt of caffeine I was used to, but there was something subtly energizing about the lemon aroma. By the way, I made sure to drink it through a straw sometimes, just to keep that acidity from hanging around on my teeth too much. After all, I'd heard warnings about enamel erosion, and I really like it when I can protect my smile, you know? Let's clarify one big myth before we go any further. The idea that lemon water is some sort of cure-all or magical detox. I get it. Lemons are often advertised as having fat-burning properties, or as being able to rid the body of every toxin known to humankind. That's not exactly how human physiology works. Our bodies have organs specifically designed for detoxification. Your liver and kidneys are the real MVPs here, not your morning beverage. That said, lemon water can help with hydration and support overall digestion, and that's nothing to sneeze at. Staying hydrated is half the battle when it comes to feeling good, and some folks find that the citrus flavor encourages them to drink more water throughout the day. So, while it's not a magical fix, it can be a helpful morning routine. So let's consider how my first week went. After about 5 days, I started feeling a little lighter, not necessarily in the sense that I'd shed pounds instantly, but more so because I was consistently hydrating right after waking up. My complexion even seemed a bit more vibrant. Now, I can't promise that all of this was entirely thanks to the lemon water, but it's possible the added vitamin C and hydration contributed to a subtle glow. Plus, it was a nice mental boost to start the day by checking off a small healthy habit. It set a good tone for the rest of my routine. I also noticed that I was craving my mid-morning coffee less, and that took me by surprise. Usually, I'm a die-hard coffee lover. Maybe there was a psychological effect at play. Focusing on a new habit gave me less mental space to long for my usual latte. Before I tell you the really strange thing that happened around the halfway point, let me talk about how garlic fits into all of this. You've probably heard that garlic is this superfood that can boost your immune system, lower blood pressure, and add a delicious punch to your cooking. It's another item that tends to float around in those natural remedy circles, right alongside lemon and ginger or lemon and honey. I've read articles claiming that a clove of raw garlic in the morning can do wonders for your health, just like lemon water. Here's the catch. Raw garlic's intense flavor and the lingering aroma on your breath can be a bit of a turnoff for many people. I used to think that if a remedy tastes terrible, it must be working, but that's not necessarily true. Science does back up some of garlic's antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, but as with lemons, it's not an all-or-nothing miracle. If you enjoy cooking with garlic, by all means, keep it in your meals. Just like with lemon water, balance is key. Some folks even combine lemon water and garlic for a potent morning potion, though that might be a tad hardcore for my taste. Still, if you're curious, definitely give it a try and see how your body reacts, but maybe keep a mint handy. Now, back to the lemon water. Around day 15, I started noticing something quite unexpected. My sense of taste seemed more awake. Foods were tasting a bit more flavorful, and I began craving fresher options like salads, fruits, and vegetables. It was almost as though the sour kick from the morning lemon water was resetting my taste buds each day. I don't think there's a super complex scientific explanation for this, beyond the possibility that consistent acidity and hydration can make your mouth feel more cleansed. But it felt real. I'd bite into an apple and be like, wow, that is tangy and sweet, even more so than before. By the way, this might also have something to do with the fact that I was cutting back on sugary drinks or skipping them entirely, in favor of water throughout the day. Let me tell you, when you cut down on sugary stuff, natural flavors pop much more vividly. I also noticed an improvement in my digestion. This was subtle, but it seemed like the morning lemon ritual helped me feel less bloated. Now, I'm not claiming that lemon water cured all my digestive woes, but it did encourage me to maintain a routine, wake up, hydrate, and kickstart my day. On a lighter note than, say, immediately grabbing a greasy breakfast sandwich or chugging a double-shot espresso. And yes, I get the appeal of both of those. I still indulge sometimes. However, forming a habit of a gentle, warm lemon drink before everything else might pave the way for making better breakfast choices. At least, that's how it happened for me. By day 20, I was so used to this lemon water ritual that it felt odd to skip it. In fact, one day I rushed out of the house without my usual warm lemon water and just felt off. My morning routine was broken, and mentally it didn't set the same positive tone. Whether it's the actual properties of the lemon or just the sense of calm I get from performing a familiar routine, it provided a surprising emotional benefit. We often associate certain comfort drinks with bedtime, like chamomile tea, or midday like coffee. But what about a comfort drink that gently wakes you up and supports your hydration right from the get-go? That's what lemon water became for me. Interestingly, around day 25, I also began to see a small shift in how I approached snacking in the evening. Not sure if it's directly related, but it seemed that starting my day on such a clean, fresh note made me slightly more mindful all day long. I wasn't perfect. There were definitely nights I caved to some chips or cookies. But overall, I noticed I was reaching more for fruit or yogurt if I felt peckish. And here's another cool tidbit. People often worry about the acidity of lemon water harming their teeth. To mitigate any potential damage, I always rinsed my mouth, or drank plain water afterward or used a straw. The reality is that you'd have to consume quite a lot of acidic beverages for them to erode your enamel significantly. Still, being mindful of that step is helpful if you're adopting this as a long-term habit. If you're enjoying these insights and want more tips on easy morning rituals, fun experiments with food, or just a behind-the-scenes look at everyday wellness journeys, don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. It might give them a new reason to pick up a lemon or a garlic clove. So what was the weird thing that I teased earlier? In the last week of this experiment, I noticed that my cravings for sugary stuff in the morning were almost completely gone. Usually, I'd wake up with a bit of a sweet tooth thinking about pastries or cereal loaded with sugar. After consistently drinking lemon water, that urge disappeared. It's as if the sour tang in my mouth replaced the craving for sweets, at least in the early part of the day. I found that really surprising. Like, who knew that a slightly sour drink could trick my brain into not longing for that morning donut?